Hey guys, I told you I'd make a quick video here. I told you my last video I made, which actually was just a little while ago tonight here, where I went over the all the pairs and identified, showed you the 4 hour supply demand zones. This video is about a free indicator. It's not my indicator. I didn't create it, and I can't even give it to you. Even though it's free, you have to get access to it from the fellow that created it. And just to give you some background on this guy, as you know, I'm part of a company in the community. And our community, everyone in our community is members of a company called IOVIA. Now, IOVIA used to be called I Am Academy. So you may know them like that. Basically, they have live educators, trainers, and educators that go live 5 days a week, several times daily, as well. And they teach you different strategies. Okay. So if you go here to the Go Live section, foreign exchange, you click on Start here. It'll basically bring up the educators here and when their live sessions are. Okay. And so the guy that created this indicator, his name is right here. Here it is right here, Patrick Kenney. Kenney. Now he goes live 4 days a week at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. He does like a live market analysis. He doesn't provide any training anymore for the indicator, or he doesn't go over the indicator anymore. I'm not sure why, but this guy is a live educator for IOVIA, the company that all of our community is with, or what used to be called I Am Academy. Okay, and so his video right here on YouTube, I'll put the link to his video because this is a 52-minute video he made. This was the latest video he made on the free Forex indicator training. Okay, so this is the video that you want to watch. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the video and of the indicator and how it works right now. But I just want to show you this is where you're going to get all the information. I'll put this link in the description. And also, when you come here and click more, this is how you get access to the indicator. You have to fill out this form here, right? You have to have trading view, right? You have to enter your trading view username. That's very important. And then it's going to take him a while to get it to you guys. I mean, it took maybe a couple months for me to get it. Hopefully it's a little faster now. He may have been busy doing some other things, but it's something that he has to manually approve you for, and he has to put it into your trading view, and it basically shows up under indicators here under invite only. See, this is it. It's called the Patrick Asian Session Script. So you have to get it from him. It's a free indicator, but he has to give you access to it. Okay, so just to show you basically how this indicator does everything for you guys. Again, it's not giving you signals. It's not telling you to take trades. It's not going to automatically take trades for you, but it's going to tell you when all the conditions are right, or when most of the conditions are right, I should say. And there's a couple other things that you have to manually check before you decide if you want to take the opportunity. Okay. Now, all these trades are they're 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio trades. So you're risking 1% of your capital to get a 2% gain, right? Um, and the other thing with this strategy is once you're up 1%, right, you move your stop loss to break even. So then if price comes back down, you get stopped out at break even, no harm, no foul. So that's how he teaches you how to use this. And he also shows you how to test, how to use the strategy tester here for this indicator so that you could see how well it performs. So just real quickly here, this blue area is the Asian session, and this green area then is the start of the London session and into the US session, and the green area ends basically here, basically at 12 p.m., 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So what the indicator is looking for here, and you could see all these moving averages, and these are moving averages I showed you before in my blue zone trading. And this is actually where I got these moving averages from. But you can see here this teal one right here. This is the teal one. This is the 50, right? That's the 50-day moving average. I'm sorry, it's the 50 period, not the 50 day. So whatever your time frame you're on, we're on the 15 minute, then that's 50 15-minute candles, right? It's not a day, it's a exponential moving average, but it's a 50 period. The gray one, guys, is right here. See the gray line? I made when he gives you the indicator, this gray line looks more white. I make it more gray. This is the 200. And then this blue one up here, this is the 800. And the indicator uses these moving averages to determine the trend. Okay, it has to have a way to determine the trend. And it uses these indicators like I've taught you before too. And it's basically AGB. A, when the aqua is above the gray and both the aqua and the gray are above the blue, that's a bullish trend. When the aqua is below the gray and both the aqua and the gray are below the blue, right? AGB, it's either AGB from the top or AGB from the bottom. That's a bearish trend, right? If it's anything else, it's not trending. So you see right here in Odd Chef right now, it is not trending because the 50 is in between the 200 and the 800. So the indicator uses these moving averages to determine the trend. And it looks for the trend during the Asian session. And then what it wants price to do during that Asian session is to move counter trend. Okay, so let's find a pair here. This is OddCAD because this had a opportunity today, right? You could see the indicator does everything for you. It paints, it puts out your risk to reward, your 1 to 2, and then here's your break even area, the gray area right now. So you can see right now, this is a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio trade. And right now you'd move your stop loss to break even because you're past the break even point. Okay, so that's what you would do there. It tells you where the opportunity is to take this trade, and then it'll tell you it doesn't do it automatically. You have to look at it, and then you have to decide if you want to take the opportunity or not. So it's a bullish trade. So when you look at this here, here's the blue, here's the gray, and here's the teal. So it's AGB from the top. This is a bullish trend during this Asian session, this blue shaded area. Now, during the Asian session, price moves up. Okay. So it moves from this point here. I'm sorry, price moves down, right? During the Asian session, price moves down. Okay. So price closes here. It just moves down ever so slightly, but it does move down. Okay. And then what you look for is you look for a break of the low. And it'll paint these lines for you automatically each day. Okay. But it won't paint them until the London session opens later tonight and this morning, right? And into tomorrow morning, right? It won't paint the lines until the London session opens. Okay. But if you were looking for the lows here, right, this would have been the low, right? And this would have been the high right here. Okay. So now what you're looking for is if your trend is bullish, price moves down during the Asian session, it moves counter trend. Bullish means you're looking for a buy, right? So you need a move down below this line. So price needs to break the low of the Asian session. And then what you need is you need what's called a buy shift. And if you follow any of my videos, you may know we have this yellow line right here, which is the 5-day moving average. And we have this red line, which is the 13. And for buys, the yellow, which is the 5, must cross and close above the 13. And for sells, the yellow, which is the 5, must cross and close below the 13. So we're looking for buys here. On this candle right here, we get that cross. And so we would enter, you could see here, if I put this in a certain place here, you'll be able to see. Scroll this a bit. You can see here, it just barely crosses above it right here, the yellow. It's kind of close, but the indicator goes by fractions of a pip, I would imagine. So the indicator tells you that this is the candle to enter on right now if you're going to take the trade. Now, a couple things you have to look at first is when you would go to take the opportunity, you have to, number one, make sure that the moving averages are still AGB, right, for bullish from the top to the bottom, or AGB bearish from the bottom to the top. Okay, and you can see here on this candle right here, you just take a line and you just put it right there, right? And we could see here that that teal line is still ever so slightly above that gray line at the time of this candle. And of course, the blue line is down here. So the trend is still in place. So you have to make sure that the trend is still in place. So it was a bullish trend during the Asian session. You have to make sure the trend is still bullish. And if that aqua line would have crossed below that gray line, then we would not take this trade. The other thing that you can do is, this is optional. You can go to the 1 hour time frame and also make sure that you are going with the trend. So you're making sure that you're trading with the higher time frame trend. And you can see here the aqua gray and the blue is clearly bullish. So we are trading with that 1 hour higher time frame trend. So this would be a trade that you would probably want to take, an opportunity you'd probably want to take because everything checks out, right? The indicator did most of the work for you, right? All you have to do is make sure at the time of the opportunity that the trend is still in place, right? For bullish, AGB from the top. For bearish, AGB from the bottom. That's aqua gray blue, 50 EMA, 200 EMA, 800 EMA, right? That's how the indicator determines a trend, okay? And then it's optional as to whether or not you want to go to the 1 hour to make sure you're trading with the higher time frame trend. And you would use the 1 hour for that. Now you can see here, like I said, this looks like a pretty good trade here. And currently you would have moved your stop loss to break even because it breaks through that gray zone there. Okay. So at the very least, at the very worst, if price comes down, you would get out of this at break even. Okay. Now it says break even, but because of spreads, you're going to have a very small loss, right? Even if you get out at the same place you got in because of the spread when you buy, right? So that's OddCAD. Now here's one, trying to find the one that I wanted to show you here that's a little bit easier to see. There were 3 trades from today. Okay, here's one of the winning trades right here. So again, this one's a little bit easier to see, right? Again, we're on the 15-minute time frame. This is the time frame you want to use for this strategy, right? It's kind of like a scalping strategy, kind of like we do in our community with the impulse scanner, but it's just different. It uses this free indicator. So again, what's our trend? We have our aqua line, our gray line, and then our blue line is way down there, right? So the trend was bullish during the Asian session. Now, did price move counter trend during the Asian session? Yes. Price opened up here and it closed all the way down here. So yes, it did move counter trend. That's what the indicator looks for, right? You have a bullish trend during the Asian session, but price moves counter trend. Price moves down, or price is bearish. Now, did it break the Asian session low? So here is the Asian session low right here at this wick. Now, again, the indicator will put these out for you. The indicator paints these for you, but you have to make sure that you break the low. Okay, so that's the 2 things that you have to do. Okay, when you see the indicator go off, you have to make sure the price breaks the low of the Asian session for a buy or breaks the high of the Asian session for a sell. And you also have to make sure the trend is still in place. And then whether or not you want to do the 1 hour, you want to look at the higher time frame, that's optional. I like to do it. And during my test that I just started this week, I'm going to use that higher time frame. And if it's not in line with the higher time frame, then I won't count that trade. But anyway, there's the low, and you just need a wick to break the low. You don't need a candle to close. You don't need the candle to close below it, like when you're doing smart money break of structure. You just need a wick to break below it. It breaks below it. Then what you need is you need a buy shift. Since we're buying, the yellow line crosses and closes above the red line here. And so the indicator tells you that your opportunity is on that next candle. Okay. It's going to map out your risk to reward ratio, right? It's going to put your stop loss at the low prior to the buy shift, puts it right there automatically for you, and then it's going to give you a 1 to 2. It's going to set your take profit at a 2 risk, right? At 2%. So you're going to risk. You're basically here. You're risking, what is it here? You're risking about, I don't know why it's not showing me, you're risking about 15 pips to get 30. And then, of course, right here, this gray area is going to end right at 15 pips. So on this trade here, you could see price moves up. You move your stop loss to break even, and then boom, the next two candles, you're out of the trade. So if you decide to take this trade, you would get in essentially at 4 a.m. this morning. That's during the London session. And you would get out of the trade at 7:30 a.m. during the New York session. So like I said, it's usually pretty quickly. You're usually in and out of trades the same day, but sometimes trades carry over into the next day. Okay. And that's these teal ones here. These are trades that haven't either lost or won yet, and they're going to carry over into tomorrow, and I'll have to check tomorrow to see if they won or lost. Okay, so that's how the indicator works, right? It looks for the trend during the Asian session using the moving averages 5,200 and 800, right? It looks for price to move counter trend during the Asian session, right? And then it's going to give you the high and the low of the Asian session, right? So in order to buy, you need to break the low of that Asian session. If you don't break the low, then you don't take the trade, okay? The indicator will still show you an opportunity, but you don't take it, okay? You make sure that that low is broken, and then you can also go and make sure what's the 1 hour look like. Is the 1 hour bullish as well? And we can see here, there's the aqua, there's the gray, and there's the blue way down below there. So yes, the 1 hour is also very bullish. So you are trading with the higher time frame trend. And so that's how you use the indicator, guys. But again, Patrick is going to explain it a lot better here in his video. He's a lot better at making videos and explaining things, and it's his indicator. So you're going to want to watch this 52-minute video right here by Patrick. And then if you want to get the indicator, it's free, but you have to fill out this form. Okay. And he says he'll do it within 48 hours, but it took me a pretty long time to get the indicator. So again, it's a manual process. He has to have time to do it. He has to be looking to do that. And so you just have to wait for him to approve you, right? You'll get an email from him once he approves you, telling you to look in that invite only area under indicators there in Trading View, like I showed you, right? Right here under indicators, invite only, and there's Patrick's script right there. Okay. Again, the indicator does most of the work for you, but once it gives you an opportunity, you have to make sure that the lower the high was broken, depending on if you're buying or selling. You have to make sure that the trend is still in place at the time of the opportunity alert. And the optional thing is you want to go to the 1 hour and make sure you're trading with the higher time frame trend as well. Okay. So again, the indicator does most of the work for you, but there are 3 things that you have to do to make sure to confirm the opportunity after you see it go off here on the chart. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, is, and you're going to want to follow the videos here because I'm going to see here. I have a spreadsheet here and I'm tracking the trades. I just started this week. Okay, so, and these are the closed trades. So on Monday, there were 8 trades that closed. There were 6 winners, 2 losers. Remember, the winning trades make 2%, the losing trades lose 1%. Okay, so that was a 75% win rate. Tuesday, we had 1 win, 2 losses out of 3 trades. That's a 33% win rate. And then today, there was 1 win, 1 loss, 1 break even, another 33% win rate. There's also 3 pairs that hadn't won or lost yet, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow to record them under 313 here. But overall, so far in just 3 days, just looking at it, just every opportunity that goes off, again, every confirmed opportunity, the indicator gives you the opportunity. I make sure that the lower high of the Asian session was broken. I make sure that the trend is still in place at the time of the opportunity, and I make sure that I'm trading with the higher time frame trend, the 1 hour, at the time of the opportunity, right? All stuff I just showed you guys, right? Overall, 8 wins, 5 losses, 1 break even. So out of 14 trades, 8 wins is 57%. And again, if you make 2% on your winning trades, which you will if you're risking 1% to make 2, you'll lose 1% on your losses. So right now, if you had taken every trade that gave you an opportunity, a confirmed opportunity, you would be up 11% in just 3 days. Now, I'm going to keep track of this, guys, for at least a couple months, okay? And so you can follow along with me. I'll probably make 1 video a week showing you this, right? I'll go to the charts. I'll show you some of the trades for that particular day or that particular week, whatever. And, and then I'll show you what the results are so far, okay? So watch for those videos from me, okay? Watch for those videos from me. So again, these 3 here that are till, they haven't finished yet, right? This one here is in drawdown, right? But it hasn't finished yet, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow. This one here, GBP CHF, okay? This one here is going to be a break even tomorrow, right? Why is it a break even? It moved up. It moved past the gray area, which is the break even point, but it didn't get to the take profit up here. And then it went down and it gets stopped out right here at 5 p.m. today. So this will be a break even, but we won't record that on the spreadsheet until tomorrow. Okay. Basically, what I do is once I get back home from the restaurant, around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I go through the pairs and I'll do these 3 here first, and then the other one, then I'll find the new ones that went off on this day. The other one was OddCAD, and this one here, like we said, is at break even right now, and we'll have to wait and see what it does. So that's it, guys. Make sure you, I'll put the link to Patrick's video here. Make sure you watch his video. And then if you're interested, just request his free indicator. It's absolutely free. And it's something you can use if you're able to trade during the London and New York session times, right? So any questions, drop them down below. And again, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notifications when I make more of these videos. I'll make at least one every week, updating you on the current spreadsheet, right? And what the rankings are, right? And so make sure you subscribe, like the video. And if you've watched it this far, please comment down below, put what you liked best about the video, or just slap a 100 in the comments there. Have a great night, guys.